We must use this moment to bring this crime further out of the shadows, provide proper support to all victims and survivors, and deliver real and enduring change. This government has repeatedly shown its determination to stop the scourge of child sexual abuse. Just last month, the Prime Minister and I announced new measures to tackle the evil of grooming gangs. But there is zero room for complacency, and the inquiry's final report confronts us with a necessary moment for further reflection. It is more than a collection of recommendations. It is a call for fundamental change, cultural change, societal change, professional and institutional change. Madam Deputy Speaker, I am pleased to say that this government has risen to the inquiry's challenge. We are accepting the need to act on 19 out of the inquiry's 20 final recommendations. This includes driving work across government to improve the victims' experience of the criminal justice system, the Criminal Injuries Compensation Scheme, workforce regulation, access to records, consistent and compatible data, and communications on the scale and nature of child sexual abuse. We need to stop perpetrators in their tracks and better protect and support the children they seek to prey upon. To do this, we must address a systemic underreporting of child sexual abuse. As I announced in April, the government accepts the inquiry's recommendation to introduce a new mandatory reporting duty across England. And today, I'm launching the call for evidence, which will inform how this new duty can be best designed to prevent the continued abuse of children and ensure they get help as soon as possible. The inquiry recommended a redress scheme for victims and survivors of historic child sexual abuse, which the government also accepts. Of course, nobody can ever fully compensate victims and survivors for the abuse they suffered. But what we can do is properly acknowledge their suffering, deliver justice and an appropriate form of redress. This is a landmark commitment. It will be complex and it will be challenging, but it really matters. As the inquiry recommends, we will carefully consult victims and survivors. We will draw on lessons from other jurisdictions, and we will make sure that we honour the inquiry's legacy as we design this scheme. Now, we accept there is more we can do to ensure those who have suffered get access to the provision they need to help them recover and rebuild their lives. We have already introduced the Victims and Prisoners Bill, which will ensure the criminal justice system delivers on victims' entitlements. It will also introduce a new statutory duty on local partners to work together when commissioning support services for victims of sexual violence. But where we need to go further, we will. We will elicit views on the future of therapeutic support, including systemic changes to provision, through the extensive consultation we are undertaking on redress. It is right that we consider these things together so that we can better deliver the support needed by child and adult victims and survivors of abuse.